guys, welcome to my channel. This is Favor. If today is the first time you are seeing this face or you are stepping here, don't forget to subscribe. And for my returning subscribers, thank you so much for always coming to check what I have posted. And guys, I know it's so strange seeing me in this mood today. I'm not actually fine. But the past 4 days I've not actually been feeling too well, and I took some medications. Like, I went to a pharmacy, they gave me some drugs. Was it even drugs? Yeah, they gave me a Ferrogan because my head was aching, and my eyes too has been affected. So let me show you the eyes. These are them. So guys, it's really difficult for me to film with such eyes. So, and I'm going to be making a lot of content today since I have the opportunity. Kids are not at home. Sorry, everybody has gone to church, and I couldn't go to church because of the noise. Because since the eye is paining, if I get a lot of noise like the instrument, it's going to hurt me the more. So I decided to stay back at home. And so I'm just from taking my bath, and I thought it wise that since I'm at home all alone, I should create some contents that I've always been thinking of making. So today I want to talk about experience with church people, and it's because of that experience that I've had in church, like with people in church, that has made me to have this relationship and the way I look at people in church. Okay guys, the first thing I would like to say is, if you have a child and people give you so many complaints, or a lot of people, or people just come from anywhere start giving you complaint about your child, guys, please be very careful with the kind of complaints you hear about your child. It's not everybody that loves your child. It's not everybody that loves you. There are a lot of people that will come. It's because of the hatred they have for your child. That is why they bring complaints. A lot of complaints. You see a lot of errors in her or in the child or in him. Everything the child does, they find error in it, and they feel like they should come and tell you, the parent, so that you will know how to. Like, they are thinking that do this to her, but these people, I'm telling you, they can't even help their homes. Like, the experience I'm about to say is so, sometimes when I think of it and I look at those people, I'm asking myself that, but is it that these people thought I will never grow big? Like, they thought I will remain that stage. I will never be big like this. So never you try to listen to people. It's just like somebody will tell you that don't listen what people tell you outside concerning your marriage. Don't listen to what people tell you outside concerning your children. Yes, they might see your children in places that you don't know, but be very careful to whoever you give a listening ear to as far as it concerns your children, because some of these people are coming in to destroy your home. They are coming in to bring ideologies in the minds of your children that they have never even known. They don't know your family. They don't know who you have. You understand? So sometimes they start telling you where they met her, where they saw the children, where they saw them, or where they saw him, and you are like, and before you know it, if you are that kind of a parent that doesn't care, you just brutal your children, you brutalize them, you just shout at them and beat them anyhow. You just start shouting and beating them anyhow, and before you start telling them, it's going, you don't even know what is going to happen. Like, somebody comes to give you a complaint about your child, you just start beating your child, and before you know, there was nothing wrong. Where they saw your child was even in his or her relative's house, or was standing with a relative, but they didn't know, and they just told you, I saw your girl child with a boy, I did this and I did that. So guys, please, this is what I have learned. Never you hear from what people say. And if people come to you telling you your daughter, your son has done this, they do this, no. And most of those people try to check them, they are even unable to take care of their homes. So be very careful for who you listen to. It's not just feeling that nobody will tell you something about your husband, nobody will tell you something about your wife, or nobody will tell you something about your marriage. It shouldn't just be about your marriage or you and your husband. It should be between your children as well, because a lot of people bring pollution in people's home. They bring problems. Yes guys, this thing is something that has been eating me up. It has been chopping me up so many times. So I just thought that I should share the experience with you people and maybe tell you people a lot some of the things that I have realized that is actually not good. Okay, guys, the reason why I told you that you shouldn't listen from people, people should not come and impose in your home, people should not tell you what to do or how to treat your children or what your children are doing. Don't just listen to people anyhow. It's because of my experience and no other place but in church, where where some of us who are Pentecostal or like we feel like we are believers in these Pentecostal churches, what we feel is that we should always be together, we should love one another. It's not like other churches that they just go and they are populated, nobody knows the friend. But with us, you always want, it's my church sister, it's my church mother, it's my church brother, and all of that, guys. But the experience I had wasn't a good one, and it has really given me, that is what is making me behave the way I behave today with people. So guys, why I was so very little at the age of 10, I say I was 10 years old. 10 years old. That's when I was in primary 6, guys. Primary 6, you can't imagine. I had no breast, nothing here as breast. I was so very tender, innocent, and beautiful little girl. And there was a brother in church there that was always, I was always close to him. We're always together, like sometimes if I'm leaving school, I'll pass where he had a shop. We were always close, and I didn't know that people already started saying that why is that brother weeping beside that child? Or this, oh, I was already a sister then, I don't know. To them, they were talking, and I didn't even know. I didn't know anything. So one day, I overheard my elder sister was like, "These church people are crazy. What are they talking about? I want they just like to talk anything." My late sister, may her soul rest in peace. And I was like, "Hey, what are they saying?" Or, and my sister was like, "These are people in church. I don't know. That's why I don't like the church." And I was like, "Oh God, what are they saying now?" She didn't tell me, and I just laughed and left. I didn't know that they started talking. What she heard was that, why is that brother always kind of close to me and all of that. So one day I went to, it was a Sunday, and that brother left. Immediately they closed like that. I noticed that brother had gone. So the first person I checked was, I called his name and I shouted, "Where we are going? You are leaving us behind. Are you going and leaving us behind?" And it's like, "No, I will see you people. I have something to go and do." I was there with some friends, boys and girls, yeah, young little boys and girls now. So we're there. He's always somebody that loves children. So I'll be like, "Hey, uncle, you're going. Wait for us." He said, "No, no, no, not today. We'll see some other time. I want to go and check on something at home." That's how the brother left. So when church, everybody now settled, like elders were having meetings. My mother told me to rush to the house to go and prepare some stuff for my younger sister. That's how I left to my younger sister and went to the house. So as I went to the house, after I've left to my house, the mother of that guy left and went to the guy's house to go and check on him because she was supposed to travel to another place. And he came, it looks like he was knocking. The brother was inside and didn't respond. He didn't respond, he was just inside and wasn't talking. The mother knocked until he didn't respond. From what I heard, he didn't respond until the mother now went to church, and like she was just scared that is that something has happened to her son in the house or what. She was scared, and she told them, she told the pastor and told the other women. So all of them were like they should go there and see what is happening. Hey, Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Do you know what happened? One woman said, "And I'm not also in church." Can you imagine? Can you imagine how angry I become each time I remember that? If you were the one, how would you feel? And the woman was like, "And I'm not also in church." And when I started growing up, I noticed that they were one of the people who were talking about me with him. And I'm not also in church. And my mother said that, "Jesus Christ." So my mother, she always scream. My mother said, "Jesus Christ." Immediately she heard me, she was like, "Jesus Christ." And they said, let them rush and come. See, that woman, those men have stopped. They were just like talking, making noise. So my friends now, who were schooling together, one of them heard them say, that child, I said, that child like that always go like that. You see, that he has gone and locked himself inside now with that child. And they were calling by my name. The girl was like, hey, why are they saying this? So the girl came to school and told me. So when my mother came to the house, they went there and I said, why did you post this? She said when they left, she called the woman's name and she said something happened to her child, so we should go there and check on. Before they came, the child now was on top of the zinc. It's like there was a leakage in his room. So he entered and climbed up. You understand? He climbed up. I don't know what happened that he closed his door. Okay, it's like they have so many children in the house around that area. So many neighbors were having kids. So according to him, he closed the door because if he had left the door, those children would come inside while he would be up on the ceiling. So that brother was up in the ceiling and was busy walking in the ceiling. I don't know how the mother knocked. The mother was shaking the door. He could not respond from up. He said he was respond. He could get the mother, but the mother couldn't get him. So he was saying, yeah, he was telling the mother in the dialect that I'm coming, I'm walking up, I'm walking up. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my God. What a life. And you know what? As the mother was not even thinking of something like that. So she went and called the church people and they were like, they have come, they have talked, Me, I'm in our house. My mother knows that I'm in our house. My mother came there, they met him as they are just coming there. He was still there, they are still knocking the door. And they say, they will see something today. They will see something today. And they said the woman even said that there is a lady separate in front of the brother's door. That's what my friend came and told me. The friend who doesn't even go to church. All of us were younger. But it's like she had a little experience than I did. And so that's why it happened. And the woman was like, but why? They were so, that's how the woman was talking and talking. So the mother of that guy was running in front and running with the pastor. They were like, oh God, what has happened to my son? I'm not getting. Maybe she was thinking that maybe the son has died inside the house because she has knocked for quite a long time. Behold, as they were knocking, they knocked for 2 or 3 times. The guy was coming down. He just jumped and then he said, where, Mama? I've told you that I'm up. I could not calm down again because I wanted to arrange something on my ceiling. And the woman said, see guys. And those men didn't say anything. They didn't say anything. And my mother now came to the house and was like, I said, Mom, why did you stay like that? Since I see you are coming, you went and stay like that. She said, no, they let and went to, he called the brother's name, that the mother was all, she explained the story, and I was like, yeah, that's what I said. So before I got to school, on Monday, my friend was telling me that I should come. The little girl with myself, she was just talking and I was not even understanding what was happening. She said, do you do things? She was like, do you do things? She was like, Sita, do you do things? I said, do I do things how? Do you do big people's things? That's what she was asked. That do you do big people's things? I said, like what? And she started narrating the story, what she heard. Imagine at that age, how I would look at the woman. How I would look at her. I was growing up, guys, while in church. It wasn't easy. It's just like they were just saying, everything, they would just stop. Before I knew, the other day, my mother came and told me that someone said I brought 5,000 francs in school, and they say it's a guy who gave me the money. And I'm like, guys, hey, me, 5,000. And my mother was like, so the person came and told my mother that they see your child bought 5,000 in school today, and you are just leaving the child like that. What kind of a thing is? He came and talked in front of me, and I was like, no, I didn't pay any 5,000. That you are a very big liar. You tell lies a lot. Somebody's child. She was telling my mother that you tell a lot of lies. A child like you want to deceive people, and what do you think you are doing? And I was like, I just sat quiet. I was looking at my mother. My mother went and looked for a stick to kill me. Oh God. So something told me that I shouldn't say anything. I used to look at things in a kind of, since when I was little. I was just like that. I said no, I didn't have any money in school. I didn't have any 5,000. So I remember that my friend, the SGO's daughter, was my very good friend, Babeth. So I remember she bought 5,000 for us in school that both of us went to school. Both of us went to the dining shed, yes, to the dining to buy stuffs. And behold, do you know I'm not the one that was even holding the money? Guys, you know when you're going to school and they don't give you money to go to school. If I go to school someday with 25 francs or 50 francs, it's big. Oh. And the child was like, I don't know who told the woman. I don't know if it's a child who was in school or somebody whom they went to buy from, or I don't know. So I remember that girl, my friend bought 5,000 in school that I went to buy with. I didn't tell her. When my mother bought the stick, she said, talk, you are lying. Imagine. She's like, you are lying? So you think she can lie? A big somebody is be like that, you are refusing. My mother whipped me. I cried. I mean, I cried like, what? Oh God, what the hell is this? And I cried. My mother was beating me. I didn't say anything. I was just crying. So at one point, if my mother beats my mother when I was little, when my mother wants to beat me, she will beat me, and she beat me very well and close her eyes. She beat. Then after when I'm crying, she start beating. It's like she's feeling it. So I told her that money that woman is saying now. The woman was, when I saw that the woman wanted to go, I said that money that she was saying is Babette that brought the money. I said it's Babette that brought 5,000, and I was not even the one that was holding it. My mother said, you say what? Guys, if I start telling you the experience I've had with church people. So I left Bangem. That's not all. A lot. I left Bangem. I came to Tombem, yeah. No, I left Bangem, I went to secondary school. That's when I was 12 years old. Brethren, look at me. I'm in church testifying. And I'm making brethren, guys. That's how I just noticed that I was in school, and one day they had a vision. A vision came out from church that they should counsel young girls. And I just came to the village. We just came a week, and then they started saying that they should counsel young girls. Okay, amongst my sisters, I was the one that was showing that she can do something, because my size, I was looking bigger than all of them. Were 3 of us, so I'm the one that was looking bigger, more bigger, not even more mature though, but more bigger. So guys, when they saw that vision, one woman just came to me and she was like, whatever is the case, tell us, let us just know at once. That's our own counseling. Tell us at once, let us know. It's not good because some of you children like this, just know that I will call your father and tell your father. And I was like, Mom, please, what did the vision say? He said they should counsel you people, young girls. And then I was like, within me, I said, am I the only young girl? I just left it. She said, I said, no, I don't have anything to say. I just came to that place newly. Why do you people investigate people's children? Why do you investigate people's children? Why do you say ills about people's children? Why do you want to make them know things they don't know? Guys, that is how I refuse. And the woman, each time I was living with the pastor, want to come and tell the pastor that this child has done this. And when they see me in school, this child has done this. Whereas it was a lie. My friends in school will be like, when did that happen? I said a whole lot of stuff. I left there. I went to Bamenda, where I did most of my schooling. That's from Tigi. We were not even many in church. But guys, before I knew, I was being accused by a church, people in church, women in church. And I didn't know they were accusing me. They said anything about me and somebody. So it went during the holidays that the matter has been for almost 6 months. And there was a story, and the person was like, it's just like their story between you and this person that was a lie, but they said you did it, people did that. And I was like, was there a story? So there was a story and I didn't know. They said, no, this person came and said that this is how you people were doing and this was happening. How will you look at such people? Whereas I was very, very ignorant. I didn't know anything they were talking about. So I summoned the courage. I went to the guy. The guy was my senior brother. He senior me. He was elderly to me. He was already in the university. And I was just struggling from 4 and 5. And I summoned the courage and went to him, and I asked him. He said yes, he heard of it, but he couldn't meet me to tell me because he knew that maybe it would disturb me. And I said, oh God. I didn't even tell him then. I told him when I was in the high school. Yes, that's when I told him, and I was like, oh, send me. Like I don't want to talk a lot. There are some that if I want to say it, even where I am, I've had experience with people that, like, something you have not done, like the way you are not, people just judge you wrongly. You will not come and for the first time you see somebody, you start squeezing your face with that person. So that particular experience hasn't made me to be really free and loose with people in the church. Yeah. I'm not really free with people in the church. I'm not really loose with them. I have to stay. I watch. I always observe a lot. I observe everyone. If you are that kind that I can go close to, I go. If you're that kind that I can't go close to you, I just pull my legs back. I don't go ahead. So whatever people say, I remember when I was about getting married, I started hearing some rumors again about me. You are not going close to the women. Was I going close to the men? So I look at you. Are you that person that talks? So they think I don't know. A lot of them think I don't know. I've heard everything. You cannot imagine that you are in church and you are passing, they call you slang names. Like, I was passing and I heard somebody saying beauty complex just because of marriage. Because of marriage. Because according to them, I've taken somebody's husband. Whereas it was a lie. It was a story that they didn't know. And before I passed, I heard people in church. It's not even somewhere else. Why after church has closed, I greeted, they didn't answer. And when I wanted to pass, I heard they laughed and said beauty complex. And they were like, people where they find. So I didn't know they were talking about me because I didn't concentrate on that. It's later that somebody came and told me that, do you know how they call you in this place? And I was like, how did they call me? The person told me the name, and I was like, hey! In church. That is why now I just avoid people. I avoid people a lot. And this is the reason why I called my mother someday and told her that before even I grew up this way, or before I got married, I told my mother, do you know that there are a lot of things they told you about me which were lies? She said she can't even remember. I said, you can't imagine at that age. Okay, I point at the child was at that age that they tell that child is doing such things. Do you know that most of those things were lies? But because I was tender, I couldn't do anything. You accused me of that. They accused me of that, and I left it. She was like, she can't even remember. And I told her, if anybody comes to you and report any of your children, don't just take it like that. And that is how I've been dealing with people. Before you report my child to me, before you report my younger ones to me, be careful. I try as much as putting them to the right track. If you report them to me with hatred, I will not accept it. And I'm going to do, I will snap at you. But if you report them to me with love, I will listen and talk to them. There are some people who came to report one of my younger ones to me, and see, today I've never even told her. I have not told her that because they came with hatred. You told me as if the child is. Who are you? Who are you even? Can you even train a child? Can you even live better than that child? If you are that one that knows that can train a child, you can live better than that child, you should come with love. Don't come with hatred. There is a way you talk that shows that you have come with love or hatred. So I don't admit everything. It's not everything you tell me about people that I even accept. Yeah. So let us be very careful. It has actually made me think that, but sometimes I remember when I entered university, I sat in my house and I said, I'm not going to church again, or I'm not going to that particular church again, because I realized a lot of things. And there is this guy, this Aboki for Christ guy, who always make a video about such. I'll be like, is this somebody that will somebody's behavior that will make me refuse to go to church? So guys, people have, even if you're one of the people who gossip, who talk ills about other people's children, who feel that other people's children are worst, please change and have love in you. Bring love to in you. Try to love people, because there are a lot of people who have done more harm than good. They have created havoc. So I ask myself that I know all of them, they are right in my nostrils, even the ones that were behaving to me when I was still little. They talk until even when I left the area, I went to Bamenda, they called somebody and asked that, how was her result? And the person said, no, she's so wonderful, she did excellent, she was the first in class. One of my sisters told me that, and she said that one is actually intelligent. I thought that child is very dull, how come? And my sister was like, what? Yeah, I don't know, you can remember that story, right? And I was like, what? She knows that story. That what? What are you talking about? You say, that one's so a lie. So people are wicked, and they are in church. So what impact are you planting in church? People come to church, you drive them, you send them away. Some of us, if we did not have a big heart, then we don't even go to church anymore. But we have hearts that we just feel like, if the people think that they are the ones that own the church, we should just go and pray, sing them, we thank God, then But what I just have to say is that be careful, because if you are not careful enough, people will lead you astray, and tomorrow they'll start mocking at you. I don't know what people were saying, because imagine that most of these things, I was putting my ears there, then I could not even focus in my book work. Maybe I could stay back in the village. Maybe, just imagine, I would have lived a kind of life that maybe today my mother will start regretting, because they knew that I was the only child of my mother. I know the devil was just fighting me, or they're just making those things. I don't care. So be careful with the people who tell you things about your children. Be so much careful. People should not just come and tell you your child have done this and you accept. Yes, don't just accept like that. People are so wicked. Okay guys, I've come to the end of that video. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Please let me get your experience in church and even with other people around you, what experience you have had with them and the relationship you have with the people. As for me, I don't have that much closeness. Like, I don't trust them anymore. I don't trust this group of people anymore. In fact, I did not even trust them, because the time I was supposed to trust them was when I was little. But when I was little and growing up, they showed me that I can't put my trust in them. And it has not happened only in maybe one place. Let me say Boya, Limbed. No, anywhere I go, I see people like that. And now that I've grown big, at least I know. I just want to believe that is how some people are. And let me just let go. Let me forget about them and push ahead. And I should not look for their trouble. I hear a lot of things that people say, but I don't respond. I make like I didn't hear. Sometimes I'll just tell my husband, and I'll be like, we just let go. We see, we regret, and we go. So you start saying that we don't come close to you, I don't do this, I'm too this. Thank you very much. So guys, thank you for watching to the end, and God bless you.